I love women. Like I like
first
remember,
love.
I remember,
she was your
like,
first love.
Yeah, I remember like, you know, like her driving and bringing me flowers and like pulling up in the car with like Black and Yellow like on the speakers with Khalifa, Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
And I love that because now that I like hang out with his mom and smoke with him, I'm like, that was a time.
Shout out Wiz Khalifa.
Shout out Wiz Khalifa. What's up, Mom? Peachy.
Hi, Gay. I'm PJ Brescia, they, them pronouns, your host of the BabyGay Podcast and the founder of the BabyGay community, celebrating the coming out process through storytelling, advocacy, and togetherness. I came out later in life and I knew nothing about queer culture. I'm still not an expert, so let's go on a journey of self-discovery together with amazing guests, diverse coming out stories, LGBTQI plus history, and everything in between. This is the BabyGay Podcast. Coming out looks good on you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the BabyGay Podcast. I'm your host, PJ Brescia, they, them, and today we have a very special guest, a dear friend of mine.
A dear friend.
A dear friend. A bestie.
Yeah.
A bestie.
A bestie.
Some might call it a bestie. I don't know. Us boomers, besties. Like,
I mean, saying dear friend is
friend.
giving boomer.
You're
calling
I am
yourself
a boomer.
You tell me not to say that.
I know.
So.
I call myself a boomer,
All right.
and then I get in trouble because then I will talk to real boomers, and then they get mad at me for calling me myself a boomer. So
I understand. It really depends on the circle and that you're in.
The circle. Well, I tend to like. It's so funny because like I used to go with older people. Like my siblings are a lot older than me, so I was always the young one in the older crowd.
Yeah.
But now I find myself hanging out with all younger people, and them telling me how much older I am. Ashlee
Yeah. What's my name?
Belzo. Say my name. Thanks for joining us, Ashlee.
Of course.
Do you prefer being called Belzo or Ashlee? Because I know there's a lot of people that just call you Belzo.
I think for me, like, I mean, I love my last name. A lot of people don't have it, and it's almost like a nickname. I think like if you know me and you call me Belzo, like I love that. I think it's weird if like someone doesn't know me and they call me Belzo, but I guess it's kind of like cute because I'm like, oh shit, like they just know me as Belzo. But either or, it doesn't matter. I feel like when someone's mad at me or like my girlfriend, they'll call me Ashlee, you know, and they'll be like, Ashlee, like.
Well, it's because I mean, we could talk about it. We should talk about how we met, but I like was meeting people that were referring to before I knew you, and they would call you Belzo.
Tay-tay.
So, and others.
Oh.
And I don't know, like for some reason it didn't click for me to call you Belzo. I think also I felt like I don't know her.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't just be jumping in on the Belzo.
On the Belzo train.
Belzo train, but I don't know, like, but your brand, you do have a brand around your last name.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the Belzo Productions, like kind of umbrella that Girls, Gays, and Nays and PuffDAO is under.
Yeah.
You know, my Steph made the logo, and it's just basically a square, and it's like my Belzo as like a signature. So like I feel like that's me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's you. That's your overarching umbrella brand.
Yeah.
So we just dove right in. Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
But that's the best. Like, so, but let's bring people up to speed. So who are you? Where are you from? Tell us about your childhood trauma.
Oh my God.
You know?
Slow down on the questions. I'm not going to be able to remember them.
Sorry.
Ashlee Belzo. I'm from...
Pronouns.
She, her.
Yep.
Shit. She, her. From Florida in Connecticut. I was born in Florida, then moved to Connecticut when I was like 2, because that's where my mom's from, and her parents live, and my grandparents. And then I moved back to Florida when I was 13. So I feel like those are like my transformative years. And I always like talk about how like, God, I can't imagine like growing up and being gay like in the middle of like Connecticut. And I mean, you know, my best friend Megan and her younger sister Amanda, which if you're watching this, hi Amanda. She's queer and like everything's fine, you know, like everyone's super supportive. But I just feel like growing up in like South Florida and then growing up somewhere like in like a small town in Connecticut, it's just like two completely different worlds.
Which did you feel more queer acceptance in? You think Florida?
In Florida, but you can't really say much because like moved to Florida when I was like 12, and I was like not queer yet / like almost queer. So I didn't really get to experience really being gay in Connecticut, you know? But I just, yeah, it's just different between like small, like, it's like saying, you know, everyone, for some reason, there's a lot of people from Florida that move to California. It's a thing. So I just feel like if you compare like Fort Lauderdale or Miami, you know, to LA, that's just like it's more of a similar vibe. But you also have all the Trumpers in Florida. So,
But there are Trumpers here too.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They really
I
are.
literally just read a headline about this guy who has a place called Trump Burger, sorry. And it's like literally a burger place, and it's like Trump, just weird shit, you know, in the middle of nowhere, probably. And he's facing deportation because he overstayed his visa from Lebanon. And it's like, this
is your biggest fan.
Literally. Anyways, we won't get into that.
Yeah,
but I just had to.
Yeah. Okay. So then when did you know you were queer? Like at what age?
I would say probably like maybe like 13. I think, I mean, my memory is trash, but there's definitely instances where I like look back when I was like maybe before that, and like I watched a movie, you know, like those small situations. And then I think when Tila Tequila started coming out, I was like, holy shit. I mean, we were like, what, like, how old were you? How old were you? I was like, you're 18.
I was 27. No, I don't know. High school, probably.
Yeah.
I was probably in high school.
And I was like 12 or 13, but then that's when I was like telling my friends, like, let's practice making out and like, let's like eat whipped cream off each other for whatever. I don't know.
For fun.
But they did it. That sounds so fucking.
Your friend.
They loved it.
Okay, well, this.
My grandma caught us. She goes, "Why are you bringing the whipped cream downstairs to the basement?" And like, you know, the basement was also like the playroom area, and I was like,
"The playroom.
We're just eating it off each other."
So she walked in on that part.
She didn't walk in on it,
Okay.
but she knew something was up. Also, she knew we were watching Tequila downstairs
With the whipped cream.
She's also a Trumper.
Is she lesbian?
Not anymore. Remember? Do you know Tequila?
I thought we were talking about your grandma.
My grandma's not a lesbian. Actually, one of them is definitely bi. Love you, Grandma Darlene. But I didn't really get to
A lot
know
of
her.
a lot of
grandmas are bi.
grandmas, grandpas, people that are from the past, and because they didn't have
The opportunity to come
in a
out,
safe
yeah.
place.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to build that with BabyGay here. Okay. Oh wait, Tila Tequila is a Trumper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. So what's interesting is, I had a lot of female friends. I still have a lot of female friends.
Yes,
had them
you do.
when I was young, and I remember something that came up a lot, and I want to hear if you can resonate with this. But
Also, I'm looking at your nails and I'm realizing how terrible mine are. So if you like see, I was like, damn, I'm gonna have like my hand on the cup. The rings are gonna look good, and now I'm like looking at this. I'm like, what the?
I mean, you're going for artsy. Look, you're wearing a beret. You're an artist. An artiste.
I'm an artist. I'm from the islands.
The islands of Boca Raton.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Young female friends of mine would play with their other female friends, like games of like, let's play sex.
House. Oh, let's play sex.
Like we need to practice with our for our boyfriends.
Were they scissoring?
I think they were like scissoring and stuff.
I wasn't even doing that.
No, so that was not.
No.
I mean, I don't know if scissoring.
We were like massaging each other's backs and putting pennies on them. I don't know.
Pennies.
I don't know.
What's the pennies?
I don't know.
The
It's
nickel?
a cold sensation. It's a cold sensation. I think maybe like because I was so young, maybe I saw like rocks or something
So
on
you were
people's backs.
edging
so
each
I was-
other.
Basically.
Okay.
I was living in the middle of Connecticut. Like, what else do you do? It's cold there.
Okay, so this is something that young males and people with penises sometimes do. I will speak from my own personal experience, is that there is like sometimes some like group masturbation. Did that happen?
I've heard of that.
Did that happen?
No. not for me.
Yeah.
Also, I heard like, boys would be like, take out your penis and see.
Because you want to see like how big it is comparatively.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that.
Comparative research.
Yeah, well, no.
No, they don't.
But if I did have
females don't do that.
No.
Okay.
Maybe we did like our boobs, but like I wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm like a little boy.
So, okay, let's go through your romantic history. So, like, when did you have your first girl? Like, when did you come out? When did you... Oh, let's talk about your coming out story.
Oh, God. I feel like I just talked about it, and my family's going to kill me. Because I technically didn't come out. I was found out, essentially, and you remember AIM, Instant Messenger.
Of course. What was your handle?
Ash, because my middle name's Nicole, so it was Ashnick94. It was Ashnick1994.
Ashnick 1994.
Yeah, that's my other like nickname is Ashnick.
Ashnick.
Yeah. Oh God, you're gonna start.
I like Ashnick.
Your nickname is PP forever.
PP. Well, my handle was Brescia Boy. BRESHBOY. Brescia Boy.
Oh my, it
should have been BOI. I know.
Oh, so it wasn't BOI.
It wasn't BOI.
Oh, it should have been.
That would have been great.
So long story short, I was at school and I must have been messaging like my little girlfriend or whatever it was at the time. And when you're 13, you don't know what you are. Like you're queer, but like I think at that time I was like bisexual.
So you had a girlfriend at 13?
It was like 13 or 14. I didn't even like she didn't even live close to me, but it was like someone that like I met or we knew through other people, whatever. You know how when you're well, you don't because you came out later. But like, especially when you're young and you're scared and stuff, like you're only connecting with like whoever you find out is like gay and like in your area.
But like, how did you even find them?
I think it was just through mutual friends. I think maybe it was like sports, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely mutual friends. But long story short, I think I was instant messaging her something that was gay or like semi-sexual. And my brother was using my computer while I was at school to like watch movies, and he opened it up and like read all the messages. And like, he's probably like 11 or something at this point. So the kid doesn't know what the hell he's reading.
Yeah.
And he like told my mom and,
He did.
Yeah. And like just like freaked out because he didn't know what was happening. And then she kind of picked me up and was like, Ashlee, like we have to talk. Like, are you a lesbian? And I'm like, whoa. I was like, first of all, like, that moment when like something really like something that flusters you so much and you feel it in your body. And it's just like, there was like the boilingness in my body because I didn't even know what I was at that point. And again, like, I don't want any of this to have people think that my parents didn't support me or any of that. Like, this is just what happened. And I think, it's great if there's a lot of parents who like they hear that information and they're immediately like, great, or like I already knew, but like it's not usually that. And I think like you got to give parents grace, especially the boomers, the older generation. I mean, again, like my parents are so supportive right now, and I've had plenty of girlfriends. We've gone on family vacations, yada yada. But I think in this moment she just didn't really know what was happening, so she was asking me those questions, and then my dad ended up coming down and I think taking me and my brother out to Outback to kind of like talk to me, and also because he was kind of somewhat a part of this now too, like whatever. And I think I got to a point where like, he was just asking me questions. Is this a phase? How long have you known? And like, again, I don't even think I had all of those answers, but they're your parents. They want to know,
Yeah.
And the waiter overheard the conversation we were having and I guess like didn't like how it was going. And she was like, hey, I don't mean to get into anyone's business. I, have overheard the conversation a little bit, but like, if your daughter says she's not going through a phase, then like you need to listen to her. And like, and she's like, I just want to let you know, like I support you. And like that was,
God.
I know that was like a big deal. And,
that's incredible.
I know. Yeah. So after that, I mean, it was definitely hard. People were calling me like Belzo the Lesbo. And that's why I started LEZBOS by Belzo, because I took that back and got so bad where like I was being bullied and got shingles. And like shingles is something that old people get when they're really stressed and they don't, their immune system is low. But like I was so stressed and depressed as like a 13, 14-year-old from being bullied and people like inscribing Belzo the Lesbo in the desk that like I was just, and it faded, and then it turned into like me owning it and like loving myself. And I think that really turned it around, and I got my braces off and started coming into myself, and it was now not like, oh, like the like weird lesbian. It was like the like lesbian who was like hanging out and hooking up with your girlfriend.
So that's tough. I mean, that's like trauma right there.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
As painful and
Yeah.
you know, teasing as youth is it's, I mean, we're talking about it how many years later? Like, it's stuff that stays with
Literally,
you.
oh my God, yeah.
And unfortunately, young queer folks tend to get it pretty bad. And I think that it's something that while, and I don't know, I've gotten pushback on this theory, but I do feel like something that connects the queer community as a whole is that we all kind of experienced childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Regardless of how accepting your immediate family is, your inner circle, your extended circle, like the world as a whole is not fully accepting. So that does something to young people, impressionable people, feeling.
It makes you put walls up.
Yeah.
And like, I just like, obviously there's a lot of stuff that I need to unpack with my therapist, but like I definitely, like, as I'm getting older, I'm becoming more aware of like, you know, what was I dealing with back then that could have maybe like made me put up the walls that are there today, or maybe I'm not truly aware of it, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So just like really breaking down the nitty gritty of that.
Moving immediately forward, is it just accepted that you
I think it like took a minute. I mean, it was like, you know, maybe like rocky or unsure at a moment, and then it got to a point where I think I was dating like my first girlfriend, Nicole Kelly, and like it was like it just became fine, you know. And it was the same thing as like if it were with boys, where it's like you can't close the door when they come over, but like, and then like God, I remember this story. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. But that one girlfriend that I had that my brother saw the messages from, I think we were dating for a little bit. Her name was Jamie, and we wanted to go to the movies, but we were really young, and we weren't going to just get dropped off. So my stepmom's like, I'll go with you. She went with us.
So you, your girlfriend, and your stepmom.
Yeah.
What movie?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I do remember making out.
Okay.
Like half of the time. And when I think back at that, I'm like, oh my God, my poor stepmom like is sat in a movie with her like young stepdaughter when they were just sucking face the whole time. But I was young and excited to be able to be going to a movie with my girlfriend. Obviously, was really nervous, but like we're like young. But and then, you know, after that, obviously, like there was no denying it. You know, I was wearing, you know, on Spirit Day, I was wearing like the rainbow socks and a shirt that said "I love biters." Like, remember that shirt?
No, but
it's like some like alt. It's like an alt shirt. Had my first like serious girlfriend, Nicole Kelly.
Who was the same person?
No, different person. This was like 9th, 10th grade, and like we'd hold hands on the way to class, and like I was really excited to like be in the public.
So she went to your school?
Yes, but she was not. She wasn't really excited about like being out as much, and she had a boyfriend before that who was like a football player and stuff. So like we're just, you know, even to this day, we're just different people, and she's like more lax and, you know, not as like out there. But she does actually own a queer coffee company.
Oh.
Which I'll shout out because why not, Nicole?
Yeah.
It's called Gay Awakening Coffee, and
okay, that's amazing.
yeah,
So
it's in Portland. Yeah.
She's a company called Gay Awakening.
Yeah.
So would you say she has awoken herself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just more private.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
She's just more private, and I think when I started telling my friends about it, and then like someone on her softball team found out, she like freaked out about it, and I was like,
We're
"You're
talking
on
about
a
high school
softball team, like." But like that was like my first like fiery like, oh my God, like I love women. Like I like
First
remember,
love.
I remember,
She was your
like,
first love.
Yeah, I remember like, you know, like her driving and bringing me flowers and like pulling up in the car with like Black and Yellow like on the speakers with Khalifa, Black and Yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love that because now that I like hang out with his mom and
Yeah.
smoke with him, I'm
Yeah.
like, That was a time.
Shout out Wiz Khalifa.
Shout out Wiz Khalifa. What's up, Mom? Peachy. But yeah, I think 9th and 10th grade was when it really started ramping up. And then I like got into like my cool phase. And then it was like in the like period of time where like people were like okay with being gay, but it was still kind of like, you know, but it was like mysterious, you know? So with that, me being outspoken, not caring, and like being, yeah, just like who I am, it just like I completely flipped a switch. And I think my parents saw that and they were like, this girl's gay. Like there's no denying that.
Yeah. Were you still, so this is all, we're still in high school, right?
Yep.
So now you're out and you're being confident in yourself. Popular.
Yeah.
Are you still receiving kind of hate?
Sometimes randomly, but it was like more of jealousy or like I loved like pushing the buttons of like dudes, and like I would always like hold my friend's hand, like my best friend Colleen, like she's straight, she's always been straight, but like she'd hold my hand in class all the time, and people just like couldn't understand that because like they knew I was gay. So then anytime I would like hold hands with someone, they would like question like that. So then I'd start like holding hands with friends who had boyfriends, and like the boyfriends would get mad, and she'd be like, Ashlee, like you can't hold my hand, like Richie's getting mad. And I'm like, Courtney, he needs to grow the fuck up. Like
it's always dick.
Yeah. Also, I was just thinking about how I have a really funny joke in my comedy set, which I'll save.
Well, share it.
Okay, fine. These football players that were like part of the guys that were bullying me, you know, for like being gay or like whatever the case was, like years later, they didn't realize that I was like fucking their girlfriend on the side. And it's like, but that's, the joke has a full like punchline. I'm not going to run it.
Well, stay tuned. Circle back to.
Well, we're going to do it. Hopefully we're going to do it at Download.
At the Download. Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to the Download. Thursdays, 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30, every Thursday. At
Olive, Kate, I'm practicing for you.
Yeah. At Pow House.
At Pow's house.
Pow's house.
That's actually where I threw my first LEZBOS. I told you that. So you want to transfer there?
So high school, so you reclaimed it. Now you kind of are owning your sexuality.
Yep.
You graduate. Then what?
I go to Orlando for college. I'm going to college for a year. I have a falling out with my dad because he found out I smoked cannabis and he hated it. And he was like, yeah, he wasn't fully paying for my school. He was paying for like my apartment and my car, you know, just like the basics. Yeah. And that really messed me up because when he found out, he stopped paying for everything. And as someone who like isn't really great in school and like didn't really want to go to college to begin with, because I think for me, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So I don't want to just like sit in these like English and math classes, like relearning shit that I'm probably not going to use. Yes, of course, like writing and grammar and all that stuff is important, but like I'm just not good in school. So like now that I had to like pay for everything and put myself through it, it just like, it was too much. So after 2 years, I got into sales and I worked for a company called Gayborhood. And it was basically an app that highlighted queer friendly businesses. So it could be just like the Black Cat. This is not queer. It's not a queer bar per se.
So it's like Everywhere is Queer.
Basically, yeah.
It is.
But this was
shout out Everywhere is Queer.
This was like 10 years ago, or like 15 years ago. Actually, I was 19, and I was doing outside sales for them. They were located in Atlanta, and I was like doing not door-to-door sales, but I was talking to all small businesses in Orlando. Are you guys queer friendly? Do you want to be on our app doing sales? So like, and that's what I'm good at, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. Like, no, I don't want to be sitting in class. Like I'm like building like a career in like things that I'm doing. And then I got another sales job working for Yellow Pages, YP, which is like their marketing sector. And I started crushing it there. And I was like the youngest person working there. They flew me out to Glendale to do sales training when I was like 20. And then I came back, was like at 100% of my goal and dating my first serious girlfriend in college. And that's when I moved to LA because I was doing sales for them, and she just finished a program in Bloomingdale's, and they were giving her a choice of the next store she wanted to, and they would pay for her entire move. And I was always like, I love LA, or I love California. And we moved out to California together, broke up within 6 months. That's for a different time.
Yeah, okay.
And then, I was doing sales out there. I was now making like $50,000 base salary plus commission. I think like my best year while I was with the company, I was almost making $100,000. And for a 21-year-old who like didn't finish college and like is living out in LA, like that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I honestly hated doing marketing and sales for like pet shops or roofers, like I was good at sales and I was good at marketing, but I like wasn't passionate about like the clients I was working with. It wasn't doing anything for me.
So YP was almost like the agency?
YP was Yellow Pages,
right.
the book, but YP Marketing Solutions was their digital side. So they still had people selling the book, but they started realizing that the book, no one uses the Yellow Page book anymore. That's dead.
Right.
So they started doing websites, Google AdWords, like full blown marketing solutions that older clients who used to buy the book, who had been paying $10,000 a month for a decade, because like that's how much like the front cover is. Like, so anyways, all to say is that like that's where like my real like marketing career kind of started. And I had realized I like didn't like doing marketing for that. So I quit, started working in the cannabis industry. And then my second girlfriend there, she was my boss.
At the higher power.
Yeah, she was my boss.
Wow.
Yeah. And then her name was Jessica. Jessica number 2.
Jessica number 2, where are you? So 2016 was a pivotal year for both of us. Hey, Baby Gays, if you're enjoying the podcast and you're interested in learning more about the Baby Gay community, make sure to visit our website at www.baby.gay to discover more info about our events, merch, and all the ways to connect. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and share. Love you. So 2016 was a pivotal year for both of us.
Yeah, tell me about you.
That was when I came out to myself.
Were you like laying in bed one night and you were like, I'm gay?
No, I was at Coachella.
Oh, right. I know the story.
I came out at Coachella to myself.
I know. You made that cute video.
I made a cute video, 10-year recap video, Coachella. Meanwhile, your family's back east and they're watching you kind of go on this journey. Mm-hmm. Are they supportive? Or are they cautious? Are they...
I think they know that like I'm a go-getter, but I was so far from them. And like, when my mom, I was going through the breakup with Jessica and like I had just moved there six months ago. My mom was definitely stressed out. And when she picked me up from the airport, I was like distraught. That's a whole other story for another time. I think they've always been worried, and there's not a day that goes by or a week that goes by that my dad doesn't ask me to move home, but it's just because he wants me close to him, And I always tell them, I was like, listen, I've been out here for, now it's 2025. So I've been out here for almost a decade.
Well, what's so interesting is that these almost traumatic elements of your life, in the sense of like coming out early and then also getting cut off by your dad because of cannabis, both of those things have turned into your superpower, and you literally have companies around them.
I know.
How interesting is that?
No, not that I felt like I needed to prove something to him, but that's why like it's one thing that you're in cannabis and you have a social media job or a marketing job, but like I kept pushing and climbing up the ladder and like showing time and time again that like, I was not only passionate about this, but I was good at what I do. And for me to like build these 2 businesses out of thin air and like still keep them going, it's like LA spits up and chews people out every day. And the fact that I'm still here 10 years later and, haven't moved home, like for me, that's a big deal.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go into your businesses. Give us a little bit of background. Give us a timeline, like which one came first and everything like that.
So PuffDAO is essentially, it started as like a DAO, which means decentralized autonomous organization. And that's just a fancy word for like a company where there's not like a CEO, a CMO, and like this whole hierarchy. It's like everyone collectively like owns this business, this situation. And we wanted to create the first ever community-built cannabis brand. So we're like a
co-op.
Yeah, where we'd be like, okay, cool. Like these are the 3 farms we're looking at to grow our flower. What farm do you guys think's the best and why? Okay, cool. You guys,
and you vote.
You voted, and this is the farm. Great, we're doing that. Okay, so now these are the 5 strains that we're looking at. Smell them all. Which one do you think's the best strain for us to put in the jar? So like, it's a great idea, but like, with how NFTs and DAOs and crypto is going, like, we started throwing parties to like cultivate this community, and like we wanted to also change the way people viewed cannabis. It wasn't just like a community built cannabis brand. It was also like intentional. It was more like people who smoke weed, but they don't shout about it from the rooftops, because there's a lot of people in entertainment that like they use cannabis for their creative, especially producers. I mean, artists, songwriters, etc. But a lot of them can't post about it or like talk about it unless you're like a rapper,
right?
Because you lose a lot of brand deals. So us too, we were like kind of like this hideaway for like people who like smoke cannabis, but like they aren't stoners or not in the cannabis industry. And it got to a point where we realized that like we're having 200, 300 people at a mansion in the hills, and how we got the mansion and all of that is a different story. But we threw like probably 6 or 7 parties there, and they were so good that we realized that we had to start throwing them outside the mansion.
Was your intention with that brand to have your own line of flower and products?
It wasn't really going to be, it wasn't going to be a PuffDAO strain. But after it just started we realized that the parties were doing so well, and like the building the cannabis brand and that whole situation, there was just too much work to go into it. We kind of just dropped that part, and we were like, we're a community that is changing the way people view cannabis, and we have these high-end events. And then we started throwing the farmers markets, and those like really hit it off, because, you know, there's people who want to be like a part of cannabis, but again, they don't want to just be like walking around smoking blunt. So like PuffDAO's farmers markets will have, you know, a cannabis brand, then someone shucking oysters, then a small business selling their BabyGay hats, and then like a nonprofit talking about, you know, like Last Prisoner Project, how like we can help people who have been convicted and in jail, you know, for 20 years for small cannabis small cannabis crimes.
Yeah, shout out Mayor Byers and
yeah,
everything.
Shout out Mayor Chelsea Byers.
Yay, we love you.
And Last Prisoner Project. It's like you'll walk by and you'll think it's any other normal farmers market event, but it just so happens to be like forbidden farmers market.
When's the next one?
It's going to be Harvest Market in November. I'll get the date as soon as possible.
Okay.
But yeah, so PuffDAO was the first, and then because PuffDAO was doing so well, and I was like, wow, like I know I'm good at marketing and social media and like events, but like I really love producing events and like cultivating a community. And, you know, I felt like I found what I was meant to be here for. And because I've always been so out about myself and like my queer identity, that I wanted to start throwing LGBTQ events. And then I dreamed up girls, gays, and nays, and I like had like a note on my phone of like what I wanted to be. I was like, I want to feel like you're like in the 80s, you're like walking into like a dive bar and you see like a hot like queer band that's like giving Joan Jett like playing, and there's just like, you know, leather jackets. Like obviously that was the dream. You know, can't always be exactly what you want, but so I started it, and then I reached out to Goodman, and I was like, hey, obviously, you know, I have PuffDAO and I throw cannabis events, but I can't really like interject that community. Like I wanted to make sure they're separate. I was like, can't really interject the community, and they're also different. And I was like, so do you want to help and be my promotional partner? And like, obviously I'd been good friends with Goodman, and she's been throwing events for a long time.
You want to shout out Goodman and to anyone who doesn't know who that is?
Oh, sorry. Anna Goodman throws Damn Good Dyke Nights.
Yes.
So a handful of different type of events. I wanted them to be live music forward too, because I think in the queer scene, I love that there's so many LGBTQ events going on, but there gets to a point where like there's so many that like the bubble pops, and it takes away from like truly getting people to your events, because there's so many going on. And like as event producers who it's literally our livelihood, it gets really hard when there's just like an event every single day. You know, so that's been like my biggest goal, is like bringing the community together, you know, and showcasing queer artists as much as I can, and giving them, you know, an opportunity to show their music to the queers.
So when did LEZBOS, where's that in the timeline?
LEZBOS was probably a year after Girls, Gays, and Nays, because I had a bad experience at one of the queer sex clubs.
Okay.
And I had went to this sex lesbian, whatever it is, party, and it was actually the same night that Cara Delevingne was shooting her Planet Sex show. And it just so happens like that was the night. So I was like, wow, like I haven't been to this yet. And like they just so happened to be like Cara Delevingne's going to be there tonight. Like, holy shit. I was in a relationship though, so I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
And long story short, it was like mermaid siren theme. So like everyone was like dressing like that, but like I'm wearing all black, you know, like I wore like my mesh shirt. I put like X's on my tits. I'm wearing like leather pants. Like I looked great.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in and my friend is like working it, like she like helps host it. And I guess when the woman who owns it met me, she was saying I was like too androgynous because this event is like mainly for like very feminine or bisexual women, and like for some whatever reason they don't want like androgynous dykes like me there. But it's like me, I'm not even that dykey, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Yes. So I know.
That's insane.
I know.
That's something like I just want to stop and highlight. Like there is so much weird interqueer like interqueer hating and bashing that is not discussed enough.
Oh no, I mean we're not gonna get into it, but yeah, people are like constantly trying to bring other people down, and for some reason in the community it's like even worse. Yeah. And I actually like watched a video that felt so good to hear because it was like a queer therapist that was talking about how like a lot of like the keyboard warriors nowadays, especially like the queer ones, it's because they have unresolved trauma and they don't know how to communicate, and they constantly feel attacked because that's how they've ever felt. That's why they don't know how to like navigate problems. And like I've had plenty of problems with whether they're queer or not, people who can't even like hold a conversation or come at me about something, and then I go to respond and they don't respond back, and it's like
I mean I think it boils down to this unresolved trauma from the past, from childhood, and we are attacked from all angles, from the rest of the world, from our own community, and it's like people feel that they need, or I don't think it's even like conscious. I think it's subconscious. It's like, you know, everyone feel you have to let it out somewhere, so you're gonna attack someone that you feel that you're above, and that's maybe someone else that's in the queer community because it's like not good.
No, culture is not good.
But that's why I really want to make Baby Gay. That's where I feel really a kinship to Girls, Gays, and Theys, where it's not just one sector within the community. It's all members of the community are welcome to come and support one another because we have so much other fish to fry, bigger fish to fry that are coming for us, that we really need to be on the same side.
Totally. And I appreciate you even saying that, because I didn't even say that. That's like part of why I started Girls, Gays, and Theys too, is I felt like we're like being segregated. It's like there's only gay guys or only lesbians. And I understand it also has to do with the hookup culture and how like obviously a lot of people when they're going out, they want to hook up. So obviously if I'm a gay guy and I want to go out and hook up with some other gay guys, going to a lesbian bar, probably not going to help me. So that's why I felt like I was like, okay, I want to throw an event where like it's everyone, it's a melting pot of people, and like you get to see live music, and then it turns into a dance party, and it's worked really well. And we started throwing events in Austin. We had 3 events there, 2 for South by Southwest and 1 for Austin Pride.
So then, okay, I want to bring up so when I was doing my research on one of my besties, which is just fun to see what the internet says. But it said, well, one, is there like a topless component to LEZBOS?
Oh yeah. So we keep going off tangent.
Okay.
Because of the sex party situation, which, by the way, when Cara Delevingne walked in, it just so happens I was right at the door when she was walking in, and she was wearing all black, all leather. Everyone else is wearing their little siren blue mermaid shit. And she looks at me and she goes, gorgeous. And I like in her like British accent, I was like, holy shit. And we looked very similar because she was wearing all black or whatever. But after that experience and then I asked my other friend and my friend, which I won't say their name, but they didn't like get approved. And that's funny because I didn't get approved online either, but because my friend was working it, she just brought me. So I was like, that like makes sense. Like they look at your pictures, you know, approve you or don't approve you. But I was like, I want to create a queer party where like, you know, it doesn't matter if you're like a lesbian, if you're a trans boy, you know, like it's topless. It's not a full sex event. It's just more of like a freeing event.
Was the one that you're talking about with Cara, was that a sex event? Like, are people having sex in front of everyone?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hot.
So, and then because obviously I told you I was getting bullied being called Belzo the Lesbo, because Belzo, my last name, you just switch the letters around. It's LEZBO. I was like, okay, well, there's also the Isle of Lesbos. And like, that was like known, you know, for Sappho, like the first woman poet. They think she's a lesbian.
No, tell the story. I don't know.
No, I don't want to like, can I read it to
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Okay. The Isle of Lesbos in Greece is famously known as the birthplace of the ancient Greek poet Sappho, and the term lesbian is derived from the name of this island. Sappho, who lived on Lesbos, Lesbos, around 600 BCE, is renowned for her lyric poetry, much of which explores themes of love and desire between women. Mm-hmm. So when I like thought about Lesbos and Belzo, I was like, calling this party Lesbos by Belzo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, it's ancient. It's not ancient. It's like Greek themed, or at least that was the first one that we threw at POWs. And I mean, it was gorgeous. We had like a whole spread of like charcuterie, and like women were topless and were wearing gold. And then there was a naked model laying up top, and then POW was painting her live during the event.
Wow.
It was sick.
What year was that?
This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so I throw them usually every like 4 to 6 months, but like just like PuffDAO, you know, it's not like you show up at a bar and you get some DJs and, you know, you sell tickets. It's like, it's a whole production. So I don't do it as often.
I mean, it sounds more, but what else is part of the production?
I mean, the run of show is going to a completely blank space and turning it into a Roman place. I mean, me and Isabel are like going to Home Depot. You know, you saw I saw your columns. Yeah, my columns.
Oh, that's where your columns came from.
Yes, I spent hundreds of dollars on columns. And like candles, hundreds of candles being put around, and then like clouds floating from like the ceiling, just like so much production stuff.
Wow.
And then, I mean, I'm not paying someone to do the charcuterie, so then I'm going to Costco spending like $500 on meat and fruit and cheese, and then spending 2 hours putting together charcuterie. It's like, so much.
How many people came?
I would say almost 75.
Nice. Tickets
were like $30 or $40, but they need to be more because people go out nowadays and they spend $25 or $30 for a normal ticket just to get into a band place, and I'm literally letting people eat charcuterie for free at a private location topless. It's like,
is there live performances at that as well?
Shibari.
Oh.
Or like a live nude model painting, or we'll have a harpist.
Oh, yeah. I love this. Yeah. Is there anyone there that has a penis?
There has been some.
Basically, can I come?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. When are you throwing your next one?
It's probably going to be in October.
Not October 11th, is it?
No, because that's National Coming Out Day.
That's right. Here at the Black Cat. Mark your calendars, everyone. 3rd annual National Coming Out Day, Saturday, October 11th.
My nose is running. Can we hurry up?
Okay. Yes.
I'm just saying. I keep wiping. I keep wiping it.
Yes, we can hurry up, ma'am.
He can cut it.
Here we go.
Do
you have any, two more things. So something we like to share with our audience are books, movies, podcasts, films that were helpful for you during your coming out process. Is there any that come to mind?
Blue is the warmest color. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
I don't know. I think like, especially because the narrative in it is like this girl struggling with her sexuality, and then like she like hooks up with this girl, and then she goes back to like hooking up with a boy because she's like, you know, still struggling with herself. Like, I just felt like very relatable. Also, Tila Tequila.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. What advice do you have for young baby gays?
It gets better.
Amen. It does. It really does. Yeah.
Do you remember that It Gets Better project?
Yeah.
So there's
That's
this.
the Trevor Project, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had like, this was when I was like 17 or 16. They had this big thing where they're like, record a video of you on YouTube about coming out process, you know? And I also didn't realize that with that, they're like, you're also giving us the rights to reuse this. So they chose me out of like
thousands
of videos, and they put me in a music video, and it's just me going, it does get better.
In like a sexual way?
Like, just like, well, because it's like at the end of my like coming out YouTube video, which I'm pretty sure is probably still on there, and I just want to let you know it does get better. But like that's the only part that they
use.
Oh yeah, you know the band Rise Against. Yeah, and it's just like it's this like really sad music video about like a kid being bullied for being gay, and then at the end it's like maybe like 20 videos of like little queers saying it gets better, and I'm like the last one. I'm like, it does get better.
No, really, bitch, it gets better.
No, but like it does.
It does. It does. It really does.
It's gotten better in the past month.
It does get better, and things start to fucking happen.
And you find your bestie.
And your besties, they'll come. They will. Love you.
My prince.
Okay. Let's do rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Here we go. Queer joy in one word.
No.
Your drag king name.
It like has to be like something like strong and then something Belzo. Be like, but like what drag king names? God, I should know this. My girlfriend would kill me. What were some of the drag kings?
Tenderoni.
Tenderoni. What else?
King Molasses is the winner.
Oh, King Belzo. King Belzo's great.
Okay. First queer icon you obsessed over.
I would say probably Kristen Stewart.
I love
Or
her.
Ellen.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about your comedy career.
It's okay. We'll do it again.
Yeah. Okay. So name an artist or song you're vibing to right now.
Christine and the Queens.
I fucking love Christine and the Queens.
So good.
So good. Tilted. They're alive. Most you moment at a queer party.
Grabbing the mic after, like when I get to the point where I'm really drunk and it's like the end of my own party.
Yeah.
And there's a song that I really, really like, and I start singing the words on the mic.
You karaoke your own party.
Sometimes.
In like a non-karaoke party.
Scenario. Yeah,
scenario.
I'm just like, if it's like a good word and it's like, I'm using this as an example, not that we listen to this song at my party, which it's okay. But it's like, if it's like bottles up, I'd be like, bottles up, bottles. It's like, I don't need to be doing that.
Yep, I've seen it. Go to hype song before an event.
Eye of the Tiger.
Oh. Yeah, that tracks. Weirdest thing someone's brought to one of your parties.
They're queer parties. I don't think nothing can be weird.
Or most memorable.
We've had dildos at parties.
That's not weird.
I know. So
like
no,
a livestock or no. Okay.
Sorry.
What's always in your bag at the club? The club.
Chapstick and girls, gays, and theys matches.
Blunt, bong, edible, or vape.
Blunt.
So when we were smoking in high school, all we smoked was blunts.
Yeah.
Which, looking back, that is so
Swishers,
bad.
I know.
Wake and bake or wind down sesh or all day long.
I mean, mainly wind down sesh, but like I smoke.
You're
I'm a
an
smoker.
all dayer. Favorite stoner snack?
Fruit or something with chocolate.
Fruit.
Fit.
Okay. What kind of fruit?
Mango.
Oh. Strain that matches your energy.
Jack Herrera.
Oh, that's from Chappaqua.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Best idea you've had high.
Idea?
Yeah.
Probably girls, gays, and theys.
Hardest part of running your own community.
Knowing when to bite your tongue.
Most satisfying part.
Bringing people together.
Advice you'd give your younger self starting out.
Don't quit your part-time job.
Who would play you in a biopic?
King Princess.
Oh, that's good. That is really good, yeah. Dream guest at your next party.
I'm not going to say Miley because I'm over her. Jenna Ortega.
I like that one. Secret talent.
I don't got one.
That's not true.
I can snowboard. I can skateboard. It's not really a secret talent. I can do comedy.
Let's do. I think comedy. Let's say comedy because it's like
People don't. Yeah.
people had no idea you had a whole comedy career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you perform?
The Comedy Store, improv, Hollywood Improv,
Yeah.
local clubs.
Yeah. The download.
Open mics.
What's your love language?
Acts of service, physical touch.
Okay, last one. What's your superpower?
Making strangers feel comfortable when I meet them.
Oh, I love that.
Do you agree?
I do agree.
Yeah.
I think you go in with like you're my friend energy already type of.
Yeah, to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Future goals, professional and personal.
professional, continue building my businesses and branch out into outside my niches. And personal, continue working on myself, continue going to therapy, and just do more things that make me happy and make me feel good.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So you want a partner and kids and the whole white
I just
picket
don't want
fence.
to pop one out, so that's why.
You don't want to pop one out?
No.
Okay.
Imagine me pregnant. You're like, I see it. No,
you'd have to stop smoking weed for 9 months.
I know, which, I mean, I could do, don't want to do. Also, again, like, I want to have my cute little wife be pregnant and take care of her and go get her McDonald's or whatever her craving is.
Oh.
My girlfriend now, like, I've been talking to her and...
Don't block your mouth.
Sorry. I've been talking to my girlfriend and she doesn't want to pop one out either. And I'm like, oh my God. She wants to have kids. But
I'll
like,
pop one out for you.
I really wish you could. PP,
I would be pregnant if I
actually
could.
May want your sperm.
Okay, we'll talk about that offline.
Would you give it to me?
I don't know. Okay. My last question going to the cannabis space. Do you want to have your own flower product ever in your life?
I mean, I would be open to it, but I would maybe do like a white label brand, someone else's product, and then just do like a limited drop, because to own a cannabis brand right now in the laws, the regulations, it's like there's been people in this industry for 10 years and they're still struggling and they're still not making profit. And it's just like, until the entire industry is regulated, like for example, in New York, you know, it's recreational, it's been booming. They just found out last week that the people who like created like the laws that you like that tell you have to be 500 feet away from a school, right? They messed up the measuring in the paperwork. So there's like 150 applicants now that are too close to like a school or a park or whatever, not by their fault, because the regulatory market who sent them the paperwork messed up like the amount of footage,
the measurements,
whatever. So now there's like these businesses that are like this, probably invested millions of dollars into their space where they're located and like they have to move or find another place, all because the state messed up their job. So it's like, and they don't get federal help because it's still federally illegal. So it's just a lot. It's too much.
Yeah.
So like, I want to help brands. I want to build brands, and I'm still in the industry, and, you know, I'm going to continue working with brands to curate events and, you know, curate PuffDAO events here or there. But I, in no way, shape, or form want to own a brand right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that leads us to our last segment. It's called My First Time. So you are going to share with us your first queer crush, queer kiss, queer sexual experience, queer date.
Does it have to be like my first queer date?
No, whatever that comes to mind. You
know, when I met my ex, Jessica, and we like connected at Rocco's Tacos, like, it was really cute because like I was like flirting with her and I'm younger than her, you know, but like I had said, like, where I make strangers feel comfortable. Like, I think like just right off the bat, I like made her feel comfortable with herself. And that's why I think a lot of people, especially like in high school, were like coming to me who were like young queers, because they're like, oh, Ashley's this like out lesbian at school. And like they were coming to me for like help or how to come out or support. And I think in a sense, like I made her feel comfortable enough. And then like, you know, we got drunk after work and went across the street and had some shots. And I was like, you know, doing my thing like I do. And I made the move and kissed her. And she was really nervous, you know, because she's like, she didn't know what she was.
She kissed a girl and she liked it.
Yeah, she really did. And she's also like jailbait at this point.
How old were you?
I was like 20 or 19.
Okay,
Oh no, I was like 19 and she was like 23 or 24.
Barely legal.
I mean, yeah, like I'm a freshman in college and she's now not even in college. She's graduated. But like just all to say for baby gays that like I was really sure of myself at that moment, but I was still kind of nervous because like I was connecting with someone who was like unsure of themselves, but like I made them feel really comfortable. So just know that like, especially if you like are around someone too who like is queer and like you're uncomfortable, like make sure you surround yourself with like people who are not pushing you and just like letting you do your thing and go with the flow. And I think that's what I wasn't pushing too much. I was just kind of figuring out her vibe. And I think because I made her feel so comfortable, it just like it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
hope that was a good story.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Good. I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for joining us on the BabyGay Podcast. Where can people find you on social media?
Ashlee Belzo, ASHLEEBELZO, or you can follow Girls Gays Theys LA or PuffDAO, PuffDAO.
Yay. Well, coming out looks good on you, Ashlee.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
You guys should see
Love
PJ
you.
when they were straight, though. Now can you add a picture at the end of this? Thank you so much. Make sure it's the one from Berlin.
Berlin, baby. Berlin, very...
PJ looks like the fuckboy DJ bro in this picture, and it's... I would hook up with you.
Wow.
I would also hook up with you right now as a gay person, and you're a gay
That's
person.
cute. But you're my sister, so...
I know, but, Steph and Gigi made out. Like, why do... I saw this funny meme where it was like when the gay circle completes itself, and it's like when a twink and a lesbian hook up, and I was like, that's not me. All right, well, that's all, folks.
That's a wrap. Love you. Bye.